So if you're here, you may have been feeling like you're really lost or like something has gone wrong or stagnant in the pipes. And I picked the title of this video before I pulled this card. And look at this. I'm going to read this to you. I did not plan this at all. Okay, so you have the treasure. And the way that you even look at it, like he kind of seems like he's frustrated. The entire room is disheveled and it's just in disarray, right? So which means that there's probably disappointment or you can't find what you're looking for. And that's incredibly freaking frustrating. So this isn't a very glamorous topic because we're not misleading you. The universe actually wants to help you on your human experience. So this is for those of you that have been on this journey for a hot freaking minute. And like it seems like it may have been years or a recent thing in which you can't really get out of this, let's call it a funk. In a way, how do you bring back this essence of yourself that once was, that was there? So just because I thought it was comical, it says this card represents a great loss or disappointment in your life right now. It could be the loss of a job, a relationship, or even an opportunity. But remember, this place is temporary. It might take some time and effort to rally your forces to recover, but there's a great treasure within you that is always available. The little chest represents a part of you that is fulfilled with light. It isn't vulnerable and it can never be lost or damaged. When you focus on what's wrong or what's lacking, it perpetuates your sense of emptiness and victimization. So don't let yourself get lost in your loss. Open the lid to your light and let it illuminate your way. So with that being said, I just thought that was funny. I love when this happens with the universe. And this is the part of spirituality that I absolutely adore and why I love tools like this. They're tools. They don't stop us from being human. They don't stop us from the emotions and all the shit that comes with it. But they're kind of fun sometimes. So again, we have this treasure, but you need to realize that you carry the light. So this is a commitment card. And sometimes, yes, it's in relation to an actual relationship with another person. I want you to realize that this is a relationship with yourself. It's the biggest commitment that you will ever make in your entire life that you've ever done before, of choosing yourself with full certainty and vulnerability than you ever have before. And so that's actually the part that's missing. Dun, dun, dun. And what they mean by that, what the universe is trying to tell you, is it is the part that you're going to try to move away from. It's the part that point blank sucks ass. And the reason it's sucking, the reason it's not feeling good is it's not magical. And there may have been a few years prior in which life was a lot easier. And then it's like you went down this, it wasn't like horrid, but like life happened. There was some like possible grief or sickness or stagnancy. And you may have even had birth, as in had a baby. But it wasn't as joyful as like you wanted or desired it to be. So then what can happen? What can start to arise from that feeling is animosity, jealousy, frustration, anger. And so I say these things and I can already feel a few of you being like, literally, do not tell me that. I do not feel that way. That is not it. Okay, listen, none of us ever wants to admit that we're our own problem. I mean, I know I sure as fuck don't. I absolutely can't stand my ego, cannot stand when I have like, I call it remedial basic things that I need to grow from, because it's like, scuff nose, I've already done this already. How dare you tell me that this is what I need to do? And so there's a very familiar energy coming through for those of you that's ever watched any of my content in the last few weeks or months, really. We've been having a whole lot of feminine energy coming through, a whole lot of nurture, okay? Nurturing yourself to self-accountability, 100%. It's the commitment to go as far as you need to go for yourself, despite how uncomfortable it might be and how foreign of a concept it might be, which means I've had to go through these seasons myself, despite my ego feeling like it was like run over by a Mack truck, and like literally just had a coming to Jesus moment this week. And what I mean by that is it could be similar to you, of in order to be able to step up into the leadership role of your life. And I'm also going to label in this means that you're going to feel like you have purpose. You're going to feel like you have possibly even some prosperity if you don't already have that coming into your life. It's that the way that things have been done, there's a reason that they're being shown that the way that they are, truly. So if you went through a phase of your life in which you felt either most of it was pretty on an upward climb, and then, I don't know, sometime after 2021 for most people, I mean, yes, literally around 2020, was it? Like COVID stuff started to happen. And the world changed. The world literally has never been the same since then. In so many beneficial ways, the awakening began. And awakening does not equal spiritual new aged world. A lot of times it's attributed to that. It just means that you can't put back the toothpaste in the tube and you can't unsee what has been done. So through that, many of us have experienced grief, mental illness, sicknesses, lots of different things transpired since 2020. Did they exist prior? Of course they did, but it was really in our faces. And this isn't a, let's go back in time and reference that part of our life. It's the realization of all that was going on all at one time. So there may have been positive things that was happening. Again, birth of a new child. For me, birth of a brand new house, the dream home, the one that was like, I don't even know where the money's coming from. It did. It came. Wonderfully, I may add, even as the ego and the subconscious was like, theft, take away this, make this seem scarce. It all worked out beautifully, absolutely beautifully. And the thing is, though, was I feeling absolutely beautifully inside? No. It was some of the most heavy turmoil that I have ever experienced in my life, from literally in 2021, from the deaths that we experienced. But then it wasn't really until the beginning of 2022 that I feel like I lost my shit. I hated everything about what I was doing. I was so unease with my children. My husband and I were we're kind of floating and coasting at this point. And what I'm trying to say is it wasn't what I was trying to portray myself online as. So this is where we're not always but I'm seeking, behind the scenes, I'm seeking. I'm trying to find this freaking missing piece is what I'm getting at. That's why I'm telling you this story. There, again, may have been something that happened or was happening, and it just seems like it's still that feeling despite the circumstances that changed. The kid grew up, the illness ended. Okay, the people died a few years ago, kind of like, I mean, it still sucks, but like you've moved on from it. And then here you are in November of 2025, and it's still like there's this lingering thing, like what the shit, where does it go away? Well, what it is this entire time, and why I use myself as an example to have relatability of association, mine legitimately has been in something that I can refuse to do until really this year, is mother myself. Love myself, the softness of myself. I still had rough around the edges. And then the thing is our ego wants to attach to everything else that's simple, but we still make that complicated. So they're distractions to the reality of what it is. And sometimes what it is you have to be right where you fucking are. And you're going to push and you're going to pull and you're going to claw your way out of that because it's slow and it's boring and it's not purposeful and it's not glamorous. And how come Susie over there made $11 billion last week and has 12 kids in a stroller and she jogs? And you have one kid that screams all the goddamn time. And money's tight. Why? Do you see what I was saying before about animosity, anger, judgment? You did all these things, but you checked all these boxes, but you've been happy before, but you thought you found it before. Why was it taken from you? I want you to move into that feeling. That's the part. You're going to commit to yourself. You're going to commit to yourself in all aspects of who you are, who you've been, and who you desire to be. They all need to be accepted at this party. They're all coming to this round table. You are uniting with yourself in a way that you've never done before. You have to commit to yourself in a way that you've never done before, and it's going to feel possibly out of your league. Oh, but Danielle, I've done many hard things. Cool. Because this is going to actually be so fucking simple, you're going to overcomplicate the shit out of it. Okay? Because this is so out of your comfort zone, because you probably through your nervous system, if you want to call it your energetic system, you wanted to say it's because you're an empath. You wanted to say it's because you're spiritually gifted and you have 17 past life traumas. all these things probably have a little bit of something to do with it. Is it the whole answer? No, because you didn't come here to have Susan tell you about your past lives. You didn't come here to get your freaking Reiki certification and your chakras cleared. You came here to be a fucking human. Whether or not you want to admit that or not, whether or not that seems glamorous or not, you came here for a specific human experience and experiences on that journey. Okay, you're mastering certain possible traumas, moving past that, and as a subject matter expert, which is why certain subjects, just like in school, were really super easy, weren't torturous, and you got through it. You got some that was like, oh, did that even happen? Okay, think about it. You have parts of your life that's that way, and for other people, it's harder. Some people literally financially struggle every single month. In my family, we do not. In other families, they do. But the love, the bond, the softness is there. Is the love, the bond, and the softness always in my family? No, it's often in disarray. It's often in chaos. It's often feels so, I have this distance. Why? I don't nurture myself enough. I run away from the freaking nurture. I will say this publicly online. I do not always do what it takes. I still am stubborn. I still sometimes feel like I'm going to fail at this. I still feel like freaking disarray in my brain, no matter how much I put my life together. No matter what physical things I've ever had, I'm telling you, they don't fix if this is what it's like on the inside. We do. But we want to kick and scream, and we want to deflect, and we want to divert, and we want to do anything but admit to ourselves that, wow, we are the solution. Are you kidding me? I just want to cry in the corner because that seems like a lot. That seems like a lot. Universe, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you came to be. Feel this. Feel this. I have been so much red and yellow. Feel this. Tell me that this isn't a power energy here. You have conquer, you have connect, which means connecting to the universe. Conquering this shit. And then that's creating the something new. It is the light. It's the commitment to yourself. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to get uncomfortable? Are you willing to realize that you get to get uncomfortable? That this was a part of your journey. So this means that if you are the mom that's drowning, be with your kids. Love them. You're going to realize that you've been doing the exact, oh, but I love my children. Don't you tell me that. If you've been epically struggling being a mom, and with that being your identity, hi, my name is Danielle, know all about it. That's where you needed to be this whole time. That's the surrender to what it is. That's where most of the time should be spent. To catch yourself, to breathe, to catch yourself, to regulate, to be able to lead in the priestess energy, in the most healthy feminine energy that you can give your children. Also, we tend, if we struggle as mothers, sometimes we can struggle as partners, or maybe even are single. And for some reason, if you don't struggle with your children, you might struggle in this department and you might be single, is what I was getting at. This is the part that you need to step up and lead. One, everyone is not going to squish and dim your light if it's been dimmed, for one. And it is also okay for you to be protected. That person that protects you, that person that is nurturing you in the healthy masculine form, just wants kindness, just wants to feel loved. You don't have to bend over backwards for this person. You do have to realize that person, despite even maybe who they used to be, maybe what you once knew of them, or they may tell you a past story if it's a new date. Don't know if you can hear that, but they're revving up engines outside. I guess we're getting fired up here. Thank you, jalopy car out there. I think the last time I did one of these, must be some resistance on my part too, of like, hey, how can we fuck up this video for your, mental state? Nevertheless, this is, maybe it's also the universe like, get to the point and wrap it up. Okay, you can do this. Again, this is temporary. This is temporary to feel this way. This is not a state of permanence. This is a message. This is a sign. This is The blinking lights of like, hello, you looked for a message. Hello, you're asking for the answer. It's going to be yourself. This is going to be yourself. Go love your kids. Go love your husband. Go be still. Go take a nap. Just be with what it is without defining it as something. Realize that this might be your all without finding depression in it, without finding sadness and solemn or failure. Just be with right now. Be with it. Love it. See it as a stranger on the street, living the story that you have, and they came up to you and they're crying, and then take it down another level. This is what I used to do with inner child exercises for myself and my clients. Put a young child at your door that just knocked and they're lost on the street. And the story they're going to tell you is your life. Are you going to be like, get the fuck up, you loser? No, probably not, right? Generally, we're way more nurturing to people outside of ourselves, and especially children, right? Give yourself that same grace. Give yourself the same pause of the child that hasn't found it yet. The person hasn't found it yet. Hasn't found the one yet. Hasn't found the thing yet. Hasn't found the answer, and they've fallen over and over again. How many times do toddlers fall when they learn to walk? How many? Too many. But do they stop? No. They just get back up. How many, even if they've cried, they get back up. It's your time to get back up.